quick live stream because I do have to run. A friend of mine is graduating from law school, so I get to go back to University of Windsor, my alma mater, which has been a little while since I've been there. So I got to leave relatively soon, but I did want to do my typical 1 p.m. live stream. I have a 1 a.m. live stream coming up today as well. I also got my coffee, which is the most important thing. Once again, really, I'm doing this live stream particularly to remind people, please, please, please take a moment to follow me on social media so you can join me on my adventure where I'm going to be traveling really around the world for Freemasonry, and I cannot wait. I am beyond excited for this. It's going to be an absolute blast. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram, it's square_and_compass_promotions. Twitter, CAMERONADAMSO16. Facebook, Square Compass Essex. And of course, like and subscribe to YouTube, Patreon, all those good spots. But thank you so much for being here. I hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. And thank you for joining. I truly appreciate it. I'm doing well, Dream Seeker. I hope you're doing well also. As I was saying, this is going to be a very quick stream. But I do want to keep up my schedule and also say hi to everybody. Remind everybody, please follow me on social media because I'm going on an adventure to the Philippines, Rio, and I want to make sure that you guys can keep up and kind of join the adventure with me. But thank you everybody for joining. Let's give it a couple minutes. Just going to see who jumps in the chat to say hello once we get a bit of the audience. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. It is going to be awesome. It's going to be, again, Freemasonry. It is jurisdictional in that, Freemasonry is different depending on where you are in the world and run by different groups and organizations and grand lodges. But there is a commonality of purpose. There's a commonality of understanding. And I can't wait to visit with some of my brothers from around the world. I think it's going to be an absolute blast. So I cannot wait. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to today. I got a Windsor Lodge meeting, and I have to go and visit. I have a Windsor Lodge meeting tonight. I got some brothers graduating as well, so we get to go to graduation ceremony at the University of Windsor. So that's going to be really special as well. It's just going to be a lot of fun, so I can't wait to be there. And thank you everybody for joining. I truly, truly appreciate it. I hope everybody is doing well. Let's give it a few minutes. Let's see who joins. And like I said, if there's anything that you guys want to chat about. Welcome. If you have any questions about Freemasonry, you can ask. It's going to be really quick. But I did want to just say one more time, thank you for everybody who's here. And also, please join me on my adventure by following me on social media. All is well at Raised Eyebrow. I hope that you are doing well also. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing well. Just a reminder to everybody, since I will be traveling in the coming weeks, the stream schedule is going to be different. The best way to keep up is to follow on social media. Make sure you like and subscribe the YouTube page, all that good jazz. That's kind of what you got to do in order to make sure that you keep up with me, what's going on. And yeah, we're going to be learning about Freemasonry in the Philippines. We're going to be learning about Freemasonry in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro particularly. We're going to be learning about Freemasonry around the world, and I absolutely cannot wait to be a part of that. So it's going to be really special. There's going to be very little sleep in my foreseeable future, but that's okay because we got coffee. And when you have coffee, you don't need sleep. Rosalie, welcome. So you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Square Compass Essex, SQUARE-COMPASSESSEX, Square Compass Essex, all one word. You can find me on X/Twitter, x.com/CAMERONADAMSO16. One more time, x.com/CAMERONADAMSO16, Cameron Adamso 16. Or you can find me on Instagram, instagram.com/square_and_compass_. Sorry about that. I lost the stream there for a second, but I hope you're doing well. Please take a moment, hit that like and subscribe button. If you're just joining us, and please follow me on social media because we are going to be, like I said, going on a bit of an adventure, and I want you guys there for it. So you'll see a lot of YouTube shorts and stuff on both my main channel and personal channels as well. So it's going to be a blast. Well, so I joined about 20 years ago. It kind of goes up and down. Membership is down overall, but it seems to me that the number of new members joining has stayed, it's declining, but the bigger issue is more like my what I always say is, so I would say in terms of your question, yes, there are fewer members joining, but it is slight. It's not a major drop. The bigger issue is the current membership we have not taking part and not participating. That's where the main challenges lay. So, is in my opinion. But I would say maybe this is just a rough guess, Dream Seeker, maybe a 5% drop in the total number of new members. Now, if you compare that to the number of members we had joining in the 1920s and 1950s, then it's a massive, right? In the 1920s and 1950s, you had, I mean, hundreds of new members joining per year, thousands, if, you know, even tens of thousands. Um, but yeah, so, but 10, 20 years ago, and there was a brief period after COVID where you had a slight, increase in new members joining. But the reason is a lot of people put their applications in during the COVID pandemic. We couldn't meet at the time, so the applications kind of piled up. The example I use, you imagine you have a river, you suddenly dam it up somehow, you put a dam in the river. Um, you leave that there for, let's say, 4 years. Then when you remove the dam, it's going to look like the water is flowing really fast or the river is rising really quickly, but it's not. It's just that you had the dam in there that made it artificially seem first very shallow and then very, very kind of large, or, the volume was artificially changed. It wasn't actually reflecting what's going on. Well, so that's an interesting question, Rondo. And I hate the fact suddenly that I have to leave in like 5 minutes because um, I think what you just said there is there's a lot of different levels to it. So the idea of what is an active or non-active member, right? And then you say if a member is non-active, haven't paid dues in years. So the idea of what constitutes an active member, to me, paying dues does not make one an active member. I think one of the issues that we have in Freemasonry is we will define membership based on paying of dues, and that's kind of our judgment. I think the bigger question is engagement. To what extent is a Mason engaged? Like I have, in many ways, more respect for the brother who says, you know what, I'm too busy, I can't really do this right now, and stops paying his dues and steps away from the craft. And then maybe when the time is right, comes back years later. As opposed to members who pay their dues, but we never see them. Um, so, I mean, it's kind of a stopgap question. I mean, I will engage in Masonic discussions with any individual, right? Whether they're Masons or not. If they're not Masons, then I talk to them about what it is I love about the craft. I don't exchange secrets, obviously, or any of the private aspects of the craft. But yeah, just it's a very interesting way you put that question. I mean, to me, when I hear active versus non-active member, right, the last place my mind goes to is paying of dues. My mind goes is, are they showing up to lodge? How often? Are they communicating with the secretary? Are they providing regrets? If they're an officer, do they know their work? I think those are far more critical, and I would definitely engage with a discussion with them about like, you need to do a better job or you need to show up more or we're kind of relying on you and counting on you. So it's really, really tough. Well, so social media, I think Dream Seeker, the issue with social media is that it creates a false, I mean, how do I put this right? Because I do love I love my community on YouTube. I love my social media community. I consider them part of my community. But the thing is, it also allows you to feel like you're able to meet with people even though you're not. So for example, in the 1920s, if I wanted to know how Jim was doing, I couldn't call him. I could, I may be able to walk over and go see him, but that's assuming I wasn't working 20 hours a day. Yeah, it might be that the one time I had to catch up with him and learn how he's doing is at the Masonic Lodge. That would be my excuse to learn how he's doing, how his family is, did his wife had kids, whatever it is. In 2025, I can join a Masonic Lodge, meet a bunch of guys I like, and then through Facebook and social media, feel like I'm remaining connected with them without needing to attend the lodge. That's why when people talk about like joining Freemasonry to connect with people, it sounds good, but a lot of people find they can get that feeling of connection through social media. The reason to join Freemasonry is not to connect with people, in my opinion. It's because you want to fight to make a better world, and Freemasonry is one way that allows you to do that. In my oh so humble opinion. I hope that made sense. But so yeah, so social media, it seems like in theory it would flourish, but actually I think oftentimes it's the opposite. It creates more challenges for the craft. It also creates more challenges for life, I think, not just the craft. So there is that as well. But please, please, please follow me on social media. Um, Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram so you can keep track of what I'm up to and learn in the coming weeks, learn about Freemasonry in Rio, learn about Freemasonry in the Philippines, learn about Freemasonry around the world. All right, guys, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. That's a good reason to do so as well. I always think, though, it's a little bit, that kind of idea is a little bit too inward for me. I prefer the idea of you join so you can make the world a better place, right? It's about what you can contribute to the world, not necessarily, in my opinion, how to improve oneself, though that comes with it as well. So everybody has different reasons for joining. I've talked about this with the idea of gamification. To me, the key is whatever your reasons are for joining, make sure that they're going to be good for the long haul. And to any Masons out there looking at people joining, make sure that you know why somebody's joining and if those reasons are going to be the right fit for Freemasonry. All right, guys, this was a really quick stream, I know. Time to go see my brother graduate law school. Thank you guys so much. Dream Seeker, Rondo, it's great to talk to you guys again. Like I said, social media, join me on my adventure. It's going to be a blast. All right, guys, talk to you later.